Does your trader? It is Sunday night, so we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and at natural gas. Now, remember, we've got a shortened week because we have the holiday here on Wednesday. Happy New Year! Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, selling stock on ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have the old Bitcoin. Now, we can see here where she's coming off here just a little bit. Now, I've been pointing out here this last week here. This is what I don't like. See how this 8-day crossed over that 21-day? See, now we're that price tag. See how that's fighting it the whole way? So we got to see how we can, rally up and get above that. If you can, then we can hit that 21-day. But let's look at the downside here first, okay? So far today's low here, we had 93,630. Okay, we were looking at yesterday's 93,985. Okay, so now we actually have a lower low that we had there on Friday. Okay, so what we're watching here on support is you're going to come right down here. Well, actually, we're just a little bit lower than that. So this is what we're going to be looking at here is 92,460, and then we'll come down to the bottom of this candle here, 92,355. That's going to be your key level right there. Okay, see that price channel? That's all it is, just the bottom of that candle. That's the recent low. Now we have some sideways action here. On the upside, there's two key levels right here that we have to watch, okay? And that's going to be that 8-day, that's at 96,621. That's going to be very, very critical. If we can get above that, okay, then what we can do is we can go to a Friday's high. You're looking at 98,425, and then we have this 21-day, which is going to be another key at 98,949, okay? But see, when you have that 8-day that crosses over that 21-day, that's always very, very bearish. And now you're fighting it the whole way. Just like when the price gets above that 8-day, then you can ride it right on out here. But you can see where it's below here now, and see where you popped right on up here, but you close below, popped right up here, right into it. So now we got to see where we are. So again, if this does rally here, just watch that 8-day on the upside. That 96,630, that's going to be key. Right above it here is you got 98,953. Now, again, if we can get above all that here, then we're going to look at the top of this candle, 99,995, okay? Then we'll come here to the bottom of this candle here, look at 100,325. Then we can come rallying up here at 103,190 level. Then we'll come up to there. You're looking at 105,325. And then we just follow the candles up here. 106,960, and then your big retest 108,960. Now again, if you break above this here, then you're going to go to that 110 very easily, 115, 120, and then you can keep right on rising up here. But right now here, I think next year, I think you have a good shot at it. But right now, this is just looking very, very bearish. I've been scalping the short here, the ETF short. Now I trade the ETF long, IBIT for the long, but BITI is the short. It's been working out really, really well for me because I'm a two-way trader. So that's how I like to trade. Okay, so realistically, this is what you want to watch. Is you want to watch that price channel right there on the bottom downside, 92,355, which is basically this recent low. That's going to be very, very key. If that's lost here, then what we do is we can come down here to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 91,475, and then we look here at 97.85, and then we're going to run right into that 50-day there at 88,323. Now, I'm not saying that's where it's going to go, but again, if we start losing these support levels here, that's exactly where she's going to go, okay? Now, again, I always want to point out here, if this is lost, right at the bottom here, you want to look at this bottom of this candle. That's 86,670. There's your gap. And then we want to look to the top of this candle, 77,930. There's your fill, your gap, and your fill here. That's if that 50-day is lost. These are going to be your downside targets before you hit your 100-day and your 200 SMA here. Okay, but right now we just have sideways action. Let's see if we can bounce up here, but just watch that key 8 SMA. Very, very critical. You look at RSI here, sitting at 47, plenty of room to run on downside. Your green below your red, that shows you that's momentum there to the downside, which obviously it is. So we have to wait until it curls up like we have here. Then we can see when the green gets over to red, then that's what you get. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have crude oil, natural gas, daily chart here. Okay, this is what we got going here. Okay, so we've had these like a tweezer top here, tweezer top on the bottom. Then we have this sideways action. Now today so far we have what they call an inside day, but it's way early. Okay, your high and your low is inside the previous high and low. So this is a very, very easy trade here. Okay, so really what you're looking for is the support level there is at 69.78. That's your 8-day. Right below it, 69.57, and the right below that is 69.40. These are all your key levels here. Now again, if that's lost there, then we'll come to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 69.10, and then we'll look here 68.81, and then we'll come down to the bottom of this candle 68.59, and then right there at 68.42, that is going to be your support level, and that's going to be very, very critical because when you look to the left here of this, oh, what did I do there? Okay, if you look to the left of this candle here, if I can get my act together here. Okay, here, okay. So when you look at the bottom of this candle right here, you had that 68.42. But when you look at the bottom here, 68.44. See that double bottom situation? You always want to watch these. Watch for these because then you get that nice rally up here. Say double bottom, double tops. So if you want to know about chart patterns, candlesticks, okay, or seasonality charts, just go on my playlist. Look at it at your convenience. It's all right there for you. I got a couple of videos there on it. It's very, very easy here. But always look at those double bottom situations here. So again, if we lose that double bottom here, yes, we're going to find all these candles here, but this is going to be your target is going to be that 66.98. Now, upside here, obviously we want to watch a Friday's high, which is 75, and then we got to go right above it is you got 71.02, and then right above that you have the price channel at 71.44, which is basically right there at the top of that candle. Now, if we can crack above that 100-day and above that price channel, okay, then what we'll do is we're going to come over to the top of this candle here, 71.51, and then we're going to start rallying all the way up here, 71.81, see that? And then we'll come up here, 72.25, and then we'll have 72.63, and then this is what you're looking for is that 72.88 retest, okay? But you have to close above the 100. You have to close above that price channel. Not just pop and drop. You have to close above it. Then we have a nice big target all the way up here. Okay? All right. RSI here, 54, looking very, very good. If you look at a seasonality chart on crude oil, realistically, this is it runs up here about the first couple, 3 days of January, and then it goes sideways to down all the way till mid-February. Okay, so always take a look at the seasonality charts. Any kind of edge you can have in trading is always good. Okay, right here, we got your green is over your red. It's kind of sideways action here, but the green is still over your red, so there's momentum there to the upside, which is what we have. So bottom line, watch the 100-day, watch that 71.44, your price channel. Very, very key. Downside, easy. Watch your 8-day, 50-day, okay, and your 21-day. That are all your key support levels. If it's lost, we follow the candles till we hit down there, 66.98. Okay, natty gas here. Now, you can see here, we had the old Bobski. Look at there. This is what we had. We had that contract roll last week. Okay, so it rolled right on down here. Now look at it, just popped right on up here nicely. Just like we had this contract roll here where it popped up and then it came down, filled that gap. But now what it is, we just gapped. But you notice on Fridays, very, very key, even though it came down, you closed above that 21-day. Always very, very good. But now you got just a pile of gaps here, okay? So I don't like this. So let's look at the downside here first. So, okay, so you're looking at this 8-day, 3.655, which lines up pretty nice with here at that 3.652, okay? So that is going to be a key downside level. If that's lost here, we're going to come to the bottom of the candle right there, okay? Look at that, 3.58 level, all right? And then we have 3.55 level, all right? And then we come over here, you got... what do we got? 3.52 level here, and then we have roughly 3.48, and then we're going to come over here to 3.45. This was Friday's a high situation, and then we have right there that 21-day at 3.39. But you can see here with this gap, I never like this here because eventually it's got to get filled, and just don't know obviously when. Now upside here, say it just keeps right on rolling. Well, we're looking obviously at today's highs, 3.74 level. Then we're going to come right over here to the top of that candle, looking at a 3.82. Okay, and then we'll come up here. We're looking at 3.94, and then we have right there is 3.95. But your big retest is 401. That's going to be very, very key. Now, if you look at a weekly chart here, 3.86, that 200-day simple moving average, very, very key on a closing basis. That is going to be key. So here's what you want to watch. Watch that 8-day. If that's lost here, you're going to work yourself down until we can get this gap fill. Okay, so now we have this today's low at that 3.64. There's your gap, and the top of this candle right here, 3.45. There's your fill, gap, fill. But just watch that 8-day. Okay, we started off higher here, but that doesn't mean it can't come all the way down here and fill that gap very easily. Upside, just watch today's high, 3.74. Follow the candles all the way on up here, but watch that 3.86 level, that 200-day on a weekly chart there. That's going to be very key. If you can crack above it, 401, there is your retest. Above that, you got 412, you got 439, and then you come all the way up to that 475 level there, okay? But you'd have to close above that 401 level. Okay, now you can see RSI here. This is kind of a little messed up here because of the contract roll. So this isn't really accurate because it just popped on down and now she's popping on up here. So this, I can't tell you really much here. I always like to wait for it after you have that roll. Give it a couple days, let it shake on out here. Then I'll jump in the old trade. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning before 7. Take a look there at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and at natural gas. Now, remember, we got some good trades next week. Even though it's going to be a shortened week here, I still think there's going to be some good trading activity. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.